Okay. Hello, other miniature painters. How's it going? Quick sound check. I actually have a new microphone right now, so tell me if you hear me, and if it sounds good, and if there's any background noise, and what your favorite color is. Okay. Well, gonna go ahead and start. This is the okay, black and blue. All right. This is the Reaper Bones 5 Dragon. The name is escaping me right now. I know it starts with an S. But yeah, I'll just leave it at that. I got into a painting frenzy before the stream, so I got this all primed up in the colors that my buddy wants it. And as you can see, I have the wings protected right now because I did a interesting fade on them. So let's go ahead and do a little bit of an unboxing, as it were, or at least an unwrapping, so you can see what the actual color scheme is beneath. But as you can see, you can kind of see it. And how are you doing today, Ty? And thanks for swinging by always. I appreciate it. Oh, just gonna... And let's hope this doesn't peel any of my paint, even though it is painter's tape. Let's just hope it doesn't mess things up, which I'm just going to tear this plastic off. Good, good. Glad you're home. Hopefully it wasn't too terribly hectic. Chunk. All right, nice line. Almost like unwrapping a Christmas present that I wrapped myself. Thank you, thank you. I'll go over that in just a second as soon as I get all of this stuff off. All right, yeah, turned out pretty good. I didn't actually tag the wings a little bit, but hey, that's the way the cookie crumbles. So what I did for the blend here is I used my airbrush, and I used, let me get my colors for that. Not trip over my carpet. So, what I used were these three colors. First I put on Morning After Blues as the mid-tone underneath everything. Then I did a heather blue at the bottom, working up a little bit to where the heather blue was. And then I started with the aquamarine blue at the top and worked down. And actually with the top here, what I did was I started with, like the term, with the airbrush here, pulled the trigger and then just pulled away. Pulled the trigger and just pulled away. So that way it launched out some color, but yeah, then it faded into that heather blue. I see a few spots I may have to touch up just because of the plastic and the manhandling. But again, hey, it protected most of the paint job, which is what it was exactly supposed to do. And then I based everything on this in Ultramarine Shadow. So what I may do now is I will get the rest of all this with the Ultramarine Shadow, and we'll see where we go from there. Hopefully that wasn't too terribly loud because my microphone is right next to my paint shaker. But if it was, please tell me, and I will do my best to fix that for the next stream, I guess. Which, yes, these Reaper paints always work so great in the airbrush. They hardly need any coaxing. Yes, the flanges. The fingers of the wings, as it were. I can never remember the name of them, so thank you for that. Working on anything at all? Okay, good. Glad it was loud, but not like ungodly loud. Hey, Sojan. What do you think of the wing blend and everything? Yeah, this Sojan is the buddy that I'm actually painting this for. So he can critique as I paint. .0 in Bio 1. All right. Well, thank you. Yeah, I was going over the colors that I used on the wings and the technique. If you want me to go back over that again, I'd be happy to. Otherwise, you can just accept the paint magic as it is, and we can move on. Yep, the paint is magic. And the magic is in the paint. I probably could be... Well, I'll stick with the smaller brush since I've got to get the flanges painted. So that way I'm only dirtying up one brush. Maybe for some of the bigger areas, I'll use a bigger brush. Yeah, I decided to put this guy all together since, for the most part, you can get most of the areas without too much trouble when it's put together. Though the other dragon, which Sojan and I both got, is one that's going to probably have to be put together, or I might have to do sub-assemblies while painting it. And that's the one that's on the castle tie. And has like the curved horns. I can't remember the name of that one. Okay, actually I'll tilt that just a little bit. Okay. Have you posted any work in progress pics of your owl or of your Spirit of the Forest yet? Because if I've missed it, I will go back and find it and like it and retweet it. Hey, Delayed Capture, how are you? Okay, yeah, I don't want to miss any of the other goblins' work at all. So, if I do miss something and you want me to catch it, feel free to tag me in it. Or at least, like, tell me on my stream, or... Especially you, Ty, if since you're on Discord with me, tell me on Discord. I will retweet the hell out of it. Aganzrax is the name of the other dragon. I think I'm pronouncing that correctly. Though, who knows with dragon names? Right, Sojan? Yeah, close enough. Yeah, delay capture. If you want me to go over how I got the effect on the wings, I can. Otherwise, I'll just tell you in person next time I see you, if you want. Which Ty already said the sound is good. Sojan and delay capture, what do you guys think of the sound? Do you like it? Is it pretty clear? Or I should say, am I clear, and is there any other background noise? Not that I don't doubt Ty's word, but it's always good to have confirm, trust, yet verify. It's kind of weird not holding a miniature, too, when I'm painting it. 10,000 letters, and you only need to pronounce half of them, is most of the dragons' names. Yes. All of that. And there's at least 7 parentheses in there that you have to pronounce. Now, Sojan, do you want me to make just the claws, just take this dark blue all the way down, or make it black? What would you like? It's kind of nice having you on stream here, too, so then while I'm painting live, I can just ramble at you, and you can't get away. Or you could always just leave the stream, I guess, but who wouldn't want to do that? I ask you. He lives in the 3 umlauts. Okay. Sounds good. I will do that. And I probably could have tried doing this with the Vex airbrush with the fine tip just to try it. But that might be for another time, and not on a dragon with a blend that I'm actually liking. Then I might just do a dark wash over, or a blue wash over the entire wings, just to see how it turns out. Unless you're completely happy with the way it looks now. Or I might get squirrely with some other effects on the wings, just to give him an older look like you had asked for. Which actually, in hindsight, I probably should have done before I painted the flanges, but okay. Well, also, you tell me too. I mean, this is your dragon, after all. Which I did get all of the masts assembled for the ship. Which, honestly, I don't know if that's one that I will do on stream, because, as you can see, like, I'm accommodating the dragon on my table. But I don't think there's any way I could actually film myself well painting that ship. But I will take a lot of pictures and send progress, send updates. Oh, hey, I need a new paper towel. Yeah. That boat is big, but it is going to be so cool when it's done. Let's just take this out from underneath because I spilled some water right before the stream. Because why not? Yeah, that boat will be fun to paint. And a real good challenge, too. Lots of airbrush time will be logged on that one. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, too. Yep. Okay, yeah. So, get ready for some story time here. Alright, when I tackle, I may seriously use army paint and rattle cans for the base. Yeah, yeah, I have my airbrush, and I might just figure out what color I'm going to use. And just buy another bottle of that. So, the story here behind who needs a boat, or why would we need a boat, is Sojan and I were playing a game of Shadowrun with a bunch of buddies. And I was playing a troll. His wife was playing a... I was a troll street samurai. Basically, I had myself augmented out to soak all the damage. Like, I punched hard and I soaked all of the damage. And his wife was playing a elf sniper. And so we were in between missions. We were looking at like the credits and whatnot, and I was looking in the equipment section, and I just saw we had enough to buy a boat. And I said, hey guys, we could get ourselves a boat. Kind of joking, not joking, but mostly joking. But his wife just looks at me, just goes like, why would we ever need a boat? And I just kind of chuckled it off and whatnot, just going, oh yeah, who knows? We probably wouldn't. Well, sure shit. Like, and our buddy had this adventure all planned out ahead of time. Thank you. And we had to get a piece of... We'd had to destroy a piece of cargo on a cargo boat, on a cargo ship. And the complication with the mission was the boat left early. And so when he tells us this development that the boat left early, I just immediately turn to his wife and go, never gonna need a boat, huh? And oh, the eye roll was audible to everyone in the room. And I think we all chuckled for at least a good 5-10 minutes at that one. Just because I offhandedly said, hey, we could get a boat. Why would we ever need a boat? And then, sure as shit, the very next mission, that same night, we would have needed a boat. So, it's just kind of become a thing between me and Sojan's wife. Every now and then, I'll just yell, yeah, why would we ever need a boat? So... this will be fun with the pirate ship now, because why would we ever need a boat? And yeah, the GM for that, because we were doing alternating where each of us would run a session and our character would sit out and the other people would run it. Somehow he kept a straight face during that whole interaction with me and his wife. And when I did that, he laughed the hardest. just going, I wanted to say something, but I know I can't. But this is just gold. It's even funnier whenever I'm over at Sojan's house and I just randomly yell it, and from the basement in her craft room, oh yeah, there is going to be a KFSS on the side or on the back of that boat. Yeah, just every now and then I'll yell that, and like from her basement, we'll call each other the derogatory terms that trolls and elves use for each other in Shadowrun, which I kept calling her a Keeb for Keebler, and she would call me a Trog for Trogdolite since I was a troll. But yeah, somewhere on that boat there will be a KFSS, which, I'm just about on the mature rating for this anyway, so if people want to know what KFSS stands for, I'll say it. Otherwise, I'll let it go for now, and if you really want to know, I can tell you in Discord, or just here, whatever. Which, it's an Angry Marine ship name, so you can kind of put your imagination to good use on that one, if you know who and what the Angry Marines are. Yeah, go ahead and do that. That way I don't actually have to say it. I'll just say the first word is kill. Yep, the HMS KFSS. Like for forever, whenever we got a boat, that was its name. Even in the end of that story, the boat that we hijacked from the Coast Guard was temporarily renamed the HMS KFSS. Yeah. Angry Marines are a fan-made chapter by 4chan, if that tells you anything, Ty. Every now and then I'm just cleaning out my brush. Oh yeah, which Ty too, if you ever get these new to lurk the chans. Yep. If you ever get these new Citadel brushes, the synthetic, just so you know, the bristles were white. And granted, I haven't used a cleaner on this, but I've heard from like other YouTubers and other people that no matter how much they've cleaned them, they'll always stay stained. So if it would bother you that a white brush now would be colored, go with that. But they do get their point back very good, too. Yeah. That Shadowrun game in our... Oh, God. The fact that we had two faces, and one was he was built well, just the dice hated him. And then we had another that wasn't built well, and she was just chaos incarnate. Yeah. Did you ever play any Shadowrun at all, Ty? But yeah, the faces are like the those AP dry brushes, like makeup brushes. Clean well, what they do retaining stain. Yeah, that's what I've noticed with some of those too. That they're good, but they hold stains. Yeah. So okay, and I'll say this for delayed capture since she's not. I think she may have heard some of the stories already. But faces are the people who get the contract going in Shadowrun. They talk to people. They can talk our way into and out of trouble. And they can make sure that we get paid well. Well, yeah, my troll, he had a 1 charisma, and like for point of reference, yeah, for point of ref, he's the Mr. Johnson of the party. And my troll, like normally like faces would have like a 5 charisma. My troll had a 1 because he did the talking with his fists, or just the sheer fact that you shot him 3 times with a hollow point and he just shrugged it off and giggled at it, said it tickled. So we're in this neighborhood in Hong Kong, and yeah, racial overtones are very much a big part in this. So we had a Japanese elf face in a Han Chinese neighborhood talking shit to the mama-san of the neighborhood. And she tried to pull a gun when the mama-san wasn't giving her the information she wanted. My troll was a Chinese troll, and I had to talk our way out of her escalating this and almost starting a shootout in the middle of a Chinese ghetto. So when the troll, who doesn't do talking, who my only diplomacy roll I've ever made, I glitched, which is basically a critical failure, where on that you roll d6s, and if you roll half or more of your dice as a 1, you critically glitch. Well, my only diplomacy roll, I rolled 1 d6, and I rolled a 1. And I was with another guy who had 1 charisma as well, and we just knew this was going to be a fight anyways. Yeah, I had to roleplay our way out of it, and luckily the game master was generous enough to let me do the talking without rolling, because I knew how to talk to, basically the head lady. Basically, think the old lady, the lady from Kung Fu Hustle, if you've seen that. She basically kind of looked like that. Yep. Oh, sorry about that. Here, Yeah, there, that's a little bit better. So yeah, I might not get a whole lot more done other than getting these painted tonight. I am nowhere near as fast of a painter as Michael. But I still get things done. Yeah, which is super cool that he wants me to be on his stream. It's just, oh yeah, I'll get halfway through a miniature and he'll finish 3. Just like our other stream where I still haven't finished the Dreadnought and he completely finished it out on that stream. But I hope this is entertaining enough for you guys. At least I appreciate you guys sticking around. It's always nice having someone to, well, lack of a better term, talk to on these streams. So otherwise I just have movies going in the background. Played some live-action Vampire one time. Super cocky vamp topped it. Taunted a Sabat hit team in the middle of the road. Yeah. I've played enough Vampire 2 to know the Sabat hit teams did not mess around. And they were not cool to deal with. Oof, yeah, that's just bad news, a Sabat hit team. Ended up with harpoon in his chest and street skiing through Beaumont, Texas. Ah, yeah, that would do it. Hopefully he had enough blood points to kind of help soak that up, but even then, once they're done dragging him through the streets, then they're gonna have their, then they're gonna finish off the job if it wasn't done by then. I'm trying to think of any other fun role-playing adventures to talk about. Other than when I was DMing for Sojan in my last big group, fighting against a blue dragon, the paladin decides to haste Sojan, who was playing a chainsaw with legs, basically a gnome ranger with dual wielding. And as you know, haste is a concentration spell. Well, breath weapon goes off from the dragon. What or Sojan was it a breath weapon or was it just another person that hit the paladin? I can't really remember, but either way, paladin fails his concentration check, loses concentration on haste, and in 5th ed with haste, once it's done, the character has I think it's 1 round, 1 or 2 rounds of slow on them then, where they can only take 1 action per turn rather than take 3 actions. So that fight went horrifically bad for the party then. And I actually had killed the cleric and bloodied the nose of the rest of the party pretty good in that fight. Yeah, I think he did too. Took a face full of lightning wearing full plate. And it was a combination of that I rolled really good on damage, and even for a paladin, he rolled catastrophically bad on his concentration check. I could tell you were pretty steamed at that too. Because also, in addition to that, his character, Sojan's character, one of his favorite enemies, which actually any of his favorite enemies whenever he's a ranger, one of them is always dragons. Like, oh hey, is he playing a ranger? Well, his first favorite enemy is dragons. And in that campaign, the first part, yeah, you just wanted to murder things, you were stopped, that's why you were angry. He wanted to murder more then. Yeah, the first part of that campaign, there weren't many dragons, but the second part, I made good use of it. And not always, sometimes. Oh, forgive me, kind sir. Or if you can select two, it's undead and dragons. Man, time is flying by. Granted, I turned on the stream a little bit sooner, but I see I've been on for about 40 minutes already. Yep. So that came off. Some of this will just have to be touched up when I mount it on the base. Oh, and then in the Discord, Ty, and I'll send this to you too, Sojan. I actually started working on the obscene gesture and tried contrast paints through an airbrush, and I gotta say, I'm impressed. It's more like a glaze then, but it worked very nice actually. Because I actually made the obscene gesture green because I'm painting this for a buddy and he really likes Incredible Hulk stuff. So I figured what would be better than a giant green hand like the Incredible Hulk giving the finger. Yep, I'll send it to you after the stream. And if you guys got any questions about what I'm doing or what I plan to do with the rest of this, feel free to ask. Or any topic you want me to talk about, be it 40k lore, Star Wars lore, Star Trek if you want, though that's one I don't know that well, or Dune, or whatever. We can talk about whatever, or obviously D&D, or just war stories from D&D. Sorry, I'm trying to keep some of this on stream, though. First time painting this big of a miniature on stream. Oh, yeah. And I still have those other two for you, which I know you said no hurry, but they've been sitting in my office for, I think, well over a year. So maybe at some point I'll get them. Like the, what was it? Copper and bronze dragon, I think is what they were. The copper and brass. I don't know. They should be simple enough paint jobs, so I shouldn't be dragging my feet. Yep. Some form of metallic. Actually, I need a drink of water. I think it was copper and bronze since I see the silver. Okay, yeah. Yeah, because this is an official copper, because I painted that one that was based off of the white dragon. I'd actually seen my buddy Theraval paint that way, so kind of copied some of his work, but it was a fun paint. Okay. Oh, got some stuff up top here to get. Yeah, hey, look, I have my own form of crafting herpes now, Sojan, with the leaves that I did on the diorama. A fan hit some of them, and now they're just everywhere. Like, they randomly show up. So it's almost like my own special form of glitter. Which I know your wife absolutely hates having to work with that. Since it just shows up everywhere and for forever. Yeah, thank you. I was quite pleased with how that whole base turned out. Kind of wanted it to tell a story like the spirit keeps coming to drink the holy water in front of the stone man. Don't quote the old magics to me. I was there when they were written. Yeah, the fan hit it just enough, and I know there weren't that many, but like there's just enough every now and then that it's just like, what the hell? Oh god, it's another leaf. Thank you, Ty. Hope you're doing something pretty awesome for your base, but if not, that's cool too. You know, no pressure for a cool base at all from Michael or anyone. You know, at all, like ever. Now I'm just going over a bunch of this because at least the benefit of Liam Neeson was the perfect choice for Aslan. Yeah, he was. He has that presence of voice and character, just even through his voice. That yeah, he can very much command presence just with his speeches. Yeah, I also really liked him as Qui-Gon Jinn. The Room Courtyard was awesome, but I was referring to the Aslan reborns. Yeah. Yeah, like I was saying, the good part of painting a larger miniature like this is once I get done with one area, the other area should be pretty dry, and I can always go back and apply a second coat to a lot of this. Yeah, it would have. And honestly, like after I think I watched the first one and I watched the second one, which I think was Prince Caspian. And after that, just kind of I don't know, Lord of the Rings was out, and I had plenty of other things going on in my life at that point, so just never really went back to watch it. In a few spots that I just didn't get quite well with the airbrush, maybe like some of the paper that I had up or plastic was blocking some areas. See a few spots that could use a little bit of touching up. Or maybe that's just where my zenithal highlight was, and I'm obscuring it even further. Oh well. Okay. I got a little bit of time. Maybe I'll try and see right here. Try and reblend a little bit of the colors there. So I'll need the morning after. A little bit of heather blue. We'll see. We'll see if me brushing this would will have an adverse effect on the wing or not. Plus, I mean, it's on the inside. It's not going to really matter too much. So we'll get some of this. Don't worry, I'll blend it back in a little bit here, just get that underneath later. Okay. And while that's still wet, a little bit of heather blue out. Down. I'll start up here. And here's kind of how wet blending happens. I'm blending the two on my palette a little bit here, just to try to add this smoother transition. Between the two, which, yeah, as you can see, like, it's not quite the same. But yeah, if this was a smaller miniature, I probably would have done more of a wet blend on it, but there we go. Yeah, it's not sticking out too bad. Yeah, wet blending obviously can be a little too wet there. Can be just a little tricky. Actually, I think that just did it there. Yeah, you see how long this is taking with a brush to do this, and with my airbrush, this was like a 10-second process. So, yes, granted, you can do a lot of the same things with an airbrush that you can with a brush. Because the airbrush is just a touch faster. And that'll get a wash anyway, so it really won't be too horrible. Touch that up. You see a few little spots here and there where some paint has kind of rubbed off. Which maybe I'll do a few little streakies here and there just to add a little bit. Actually, I was almost thinking of doing a marbling effect on the wings, if you would like, Sojan. If you're still there. Just kind of spread out a drier sheet. And, I don't know, do like a spray of white or something over it. Make it look like there's a little bit of vein work going on. Or something just to add a little something else to this. Since that's in a natural shadow spot, that actually looks really dope right there. I saw I missed an entire part here on the wing with the airbrush. How dare I, huh? Ugh, sorry. Just touch up right there. Oh, geez, dude. I'm sorry you got called into work. God. Well, sorry, bud. Didn't mean to keep you up and keep you from any sleep. And, God, I'm sorry. Hope it goes good. I'll catch you later, bud. All right. Oh, I missed an entire area here. Blew up. I'm up till now. Anyways, would have been madder if I was asleep when they called. All right. Well, at least you got to see your dragon getting some work done on it, and now you get to go make that mad stacks of money. So, thanks for stopping by, bud. Drive safe. I'll text you some pictures later if you want. Later. Okay, and actually, this puts us right at the hour mark now, which, yeah, again, I am not a speed painter like Michael, so I may just call it good here. I think it's looking pretty good so far. Let me know what you guys think. But otherwise, yeah, pretty stoked that I got all of this primed up and got this cool effect done on the wings. Now I might just do some effects on the scales and whatnot. So, but yeah, if anybody has anything else to say at all, I think I might have just a little bit of a delay in the chat on the stream. Whoop, and I'll just hit my mic. And since no one played it at all, thank you. Had to hear it at least one stream. So, all right. Well, without any other further ado, I will bid you adieu. But thanks for swinging by, everybody. Always nice to have somebody to talk to. And just remember to keep painting.